mothers and fathers of the younger generation and to their bewildering offspring. In 60 seconds, we'll hear Chapter 14, Book 131 of the Barbour family saga. But first, hear this.
And across the nation, the news pours in straight to the station.
Many times throughout the day,
We send it to you right away.
To Barbour. Today, Sharon versus Penelope and vice versa. Miss Elizabeth Sharon Ann Barbour, in blue jeans and plaid shirt, open at the neck and outside her jeans, is riding back from the Sky Ranch post box with the morning mail, daydreaming of those brief but perfect days this summer when she had an astonishing success with a prince.
Prince Charles, Julian Rupert, David Norwich of Brazo. Oh, your Royal Highness.
An idyllic period, interrupted by the arrival of her incredibly beautiful cousin Penelope. But prior to that, the prince...
He rode with me. He swam with me. He taught me new French verbs. C'est vrai, Louis Dilsela. Oh, your Highness.
But one look at Penelope, and the prince rode away in Penelope's new red sports car. And thus ended what might have been the George Washington High School romance of the century. As if in manifestation of her thoughts, the little British car with David at the wheel and Penelope beside him comes skimming along the blacktop road bound for Skyline Boulevard.
Hi there.
Hello, Sharon. Darn. I could cut off her ears.
Keep that animal away from me. Keep it away.
There's a letter for you, Grandfather.
Strawberries, toss it on the grass. I'll get it. Keep away.
There you are, Grandfather.
There you stay over there. Oh, your Aunt Hazel was looking for you.
There's a letter for her, too. I'll drop all the mail here.
Yes, I'll get it right off. Thank you.
Sharon. I'm going down to the stable. I'll be back. There's mail for you, Aunt Hazel.
Here's a letter from Los Angeles. Airmail from Daniel. Wasting stamps. Doesn't realize it usually takes a full day to reach out here in the country in any event. Here you are.
Thank you, Father.
Yes. The B&B Club want my photograph for the program for the anniversary dinner in September.
You have a good recent photograph?
I'll use an old one.
You wore such high collars in those old ones.
So did Herbert Hoover. My generation dressed for the office. In my day, we didn't start out the day in the sports shirt. No, we meant business. No coffee breaks either. More time wasted. Eh? What does Daniel have to say this time?
Oh, nothing. Anxious to know if I've had any nibbles on the house.
You'll never get a nibble on the house. If you sell it at all, it'll go in a flash to some rich, desperate family man with 9 children and another on the way.
Father, I think you're right. I think I'll give that idea some attention.
Yes. Here comes Sharon with her shirt tail out.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, discouraged lately. She's let go.
I know. Betty and Jack have both spoken to her, but it doesn't seem to register.
Gave up. I don't like to see that.
She's unhappy.
I'll go see what your mother says about this. I'd rather have a photograph taken than sit for hours for a portrait. Oh, Fanny!
Did you find your letter from Uncle Dan?
Yes, he sent his love to everybody.
How are things in Los Angeles?
Oh, warmer than here. Sharon, let's go where we won't be interrupted,
What about Grandfather's hammock?
Well, all right. He's gone to the cottage. Here, you take it.
Oh, no, you take it.
Oh, I've never cared for hammocks. They grab at my skirts.
Well, thanks.
I overheard a remark this morning that I think I shall tell you, Sharon. It's something David said.
Huh?
Don't fall out.
David, what was it?
Ordinarily, I wouldn't do this, but I think at this point it might be indicated.
What'd he say, Aunt Hazel?
He said it was astonishing how youngsters, like you, for instance, could be grown women one moment and teenagers the next with their shirt tails hanging out. This was at the swimming pool. He was talking to Paul, and I was lying in the cabana.
Gosh, what else? Is he gone on Penny?
Well, he doesn't realize what's happened to him. But he said he'd enjoyed giving you those French lessons, but you'd suddenly lost interest in studying. He thought it typical teenager behavior.
Gee whiz. He thinks I dropped him.
Not that exactly. Of course, he's a sophisticated person, but, well, you did rather let go, didn't you?
I was beginning to feel the strain, Aunt Hazel, and there wasn't much point in bucking the competition.
Your grandfather wouldn't approve of that attitude.
Sure, he's a do-or-dyer.
Look, your mother and I have an appointment with a hairdresser in Palo Alto this afternoon. You could ride in with us if you cared to.
Did my mother ask you to talk to me?
Well, yes, she did, Sharon. She thinks you've been overdoing this avant-garde business, and so do I. You aren't the Beat generation. You're one of the prettiest girls I ever saw in my life, when you half try.
You know, you're a perfect aunt. You really are.
Why?
Oh, I don't know. You just are. You're honest.
You want to go with us?
All right. I'll wash my hair right now.
And a manicure, if you don't mind the suggestion.
I'll blow my whole allowance. Gee, do you think that might make a difference?
It'll make a difference to me. I like attractive girls to be attractive.
And you know what I think? I think I'll get a pedicure, too. I may even go around in sandals.
We'll return in just a moment to One Man's Family. Lee Berry finally spoke the words Meg had been longing to hear. And even though she knew he was wrong for her, even though she knew that she didn't love him, she agreed to marry him. And in so doing, she made the greatest mistake of her life. This is Ed Hurley, your host on My True Story. In Monday's hour-long drama, you'll hear the story of a girl who had grown so desperately weary of loneliness that she decided to marry anybody. Anybody who would ask her. Your heart will sink as Meg meets the right man too late in Monday's drama on My True Story. So remember, beginning Monday, by popular demand, My True Story, America's #1 morning radio program, expands to bring you a complete full-hour drama every weekday. Be sure to be listening at the usual time for the premiere of the new hour-long My True Story over most of these NBC stations. It's after dinner now, a cool July evening. Sharon, lovely, in a mint green, drip-dry cotton dress, has found her Uncle Nicky's hi-fi chamber music a little too melodious for her taste, and so steps out on the front porch looking for Pinky. Too late, she discovers a shadowy couple in the swing.
And so I felt the situation in Monaco being what it was, Grace with another baby coming, and... Oh, look here, ma chérie, we have talked about you tonight. We have not seen that frock before, is it so?
It is cute, Sharon. We adored it. Thank you, David. Thank you, Penny.
Don't go, please.
Like to sit here? This is all right.
We were saying there has been a metamorphosis today. Tonight, as I came downstairs catching a glimpse of you, I thought we have another guest. But no, it was a former one, out of the cocoon.
Sharon, you don't look comfortable. I am, really. I hear you went to a matinee. We went for the second time to David's favorite picture of all time.
I think I have never seen another I like so well. The triumph of principle over incredibly difficult circumstance. You know, as we were saying one day, Sharon, before you came up here, Penelope, I was holding forth to Sharon on my favorite subject. Such words as nobility have largely disappeared from our speech in favor of weasel words such as security, expediency, and what's in it for me. Believe me, there still is nobility in the world. And why should so much of our literature neglect it? Or do I preach?
You do preach. David, why don't we take all the children some afternoon? It would be a little too rugged for Johnny, perhaps, but I'm sure it would be all right for Sharon and the rest. When shall we go?
Sharon, do you...
Excuse me. I just remembered something.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry. What was it?
That is a difficult age. They are so young, they must not be reminded of their youth.
Oh, was that it? Oh, dear. Do you suppose I should apologize?
More of the Barbours in just a moment.
Hi, Did you ever hear a squirrel sing? Well, I'm Scooter, the Scudder Squirrel, and I sing about Laura Scudder's potato chips. Listen.
Potato chips that are fresher.
Laura Scudder's the name.
Potato chips that are crisper.
Laura Scudder's the name.
Fresher, crisper, tastier too. Toasted to golden goodness for you. Potato chips that are fresher.
Laura Scudder's the name.
Yes, as Scooter, the Scudder Squirrel, pointed out in that little song, when it comes to potato chips that are fresher, crisper, and tastier, Laura Scudder's the name. Whatever the occasion, Laura Scudder's Bluebird potato chips had just the right touch, because crispy golden brown Laura Scudder's Bluebird potato chips are fresher by far. And here's another delicious treat from Laura Scudder's family of fine foods, Laura Scudder's mayonnaise. It's lighter and fluffier because it's farm fresh. So next time you go grocery shopping, look for both Laura Scudder's Bluebird potato chips and Laura Scudder's farm fresh mayonnaise. David finally discovers Sharon out on the end of the diving board at the swimming pool, still wearing her new dress.
Are you not afraid you will fall in?
Oh, hi, David. Where's Penelope?
We were looking for you everywhere.
Here I am.
She wished to apologize. She says you were young for so many years she sometimes forgets that you are young no longer, but are now quite adult.
How sweet. Will I hear her say it?
When she finds you, yes. She is most fond of you, Sharon.
I'm most fond of her, too, David. She's just about my favorite cousin.
We wish to say that this picture is so enjoyable we will see it again, and you must go with us.
Thank you. I won't mind taking the children. Maybe you and I can take all my sisters some afternoon when Penny has to be in town.
Oh, David.
He's here with me, Penelope, honey.
One Man Family, which comes to you Monday through Friday, is written by Harlan Ware and directed by Carlton E. Morse. This program has been selected to be heard by our armed forces overseas through the worldwide facilities of the Armed Forces Radio Service. In Chapter 15, Book 131, Claudia dreams of a royal wedding. Frank Parsons speaking. One Man Family, winner of 47 national awards, now in its 27th year, is a Carlton E. Morse production and comes to you from California. Madeline Carroll stars next in the affairs of Dr. Gentry as our 2 hours of drama continues over most of these stations.